I think I'm on my eighth business now.
Wow. So how did the speaking come about?
That's the most interesting one, Tom, because 1987, I sold my last business, which was a health club. And every single time I went into a new business, I kind of had one foot in the old one and one foot in the new one. In other words, I always knew what it was going to be.
Mhm.
For the first time in my life, I had no clue after the sale of my business what I was going to do next. An interesting story, which I'll try to compartmentalize because it all happened in one year. I said, all right, if I don't know what I want to be, what if I back into it? What if I come up with the objectives that I want this next career to provide for me? Because I don't know what it is. And I came up with four objectives.
Okay.
Number one was travel, because I'd never really traveled. I was always tied to my family or my businesses. Number two, I know this is not shocking for you, but for those listening who don't know me, it was glamour. And I wasn't going to be sitting in a dentist office or a receptionist. Nothing wrong with those jobs, but I wanted something glamorous. Number three, it had to involve people because I'm a people person,
Mhm.
love people. And number four, it had to have unlimited financial opportunities. In other words, there was no financial glass ceiling. I
Right.
could make as much money as I wanted based on my talent and my drive and my efforts, and not because an industry dictated you only get this far. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So with those four objectives, all of a sudden I said, okay, now what? So I sat down and I divided a piece of paper in half. This is a true story, Tom. Not a very sophisticated method, but this is what I did. And on the left side, I put those four objectives. And on the right side, I started listing all my talents, hobbies, interests, passions, skills. And I had this eclectic mix of dance and catering and fitness and all of a sudden, I got this aha. And I shouldn't say all of a sudden, because this was the course over a year. I'd had to pick it up, put it down, pick it up. And one day I got it. Destination spas were opening on the West Coast. And I thought, well, I'll open one on the East Coast. I have food service, I have fitness, I have entertainment. And I said, well, what don't I have? Well, I don't know the first thing about running a hotel.